Hi, hello. I hope all of you watching this are doing well this morning, evening, night, or whatever time you may have came across this video to hear me express from my heart and also my love experiences as a 15-year-old young man. With that said, let's go right into the first segment. Alrighty. How do I start off with this video and also the story? It's a bit awkward for my first time trying to express just how I feel about this very thing that's changed my life, in my opinion. It's a bit hard to talk about all this in a video, but I've managed to work this far, and I think I should get right on to the story. For this story, we're gonna have to go back a year ago in 2025. Pretty much in the beginning of my school year of 8th grade, since I was a hopeless little kid, and I pretty much started crushing on this girl immediately as the year started. I had her in my 5th period for a college readiness class, and being a bit of an arrogant kid, I tried getting closer to her with pretty much nothing on my side to possibly try and make any sort of move or start a convo with her. As an introverted person, I struggle to talk to people and truly express what I want. And the first and only reason I started to get closer to this crush is because of her sister, which was honestly a W assist from her back then. It wasn't until Thanksgiving break in November that I had then and only then make my big first move on her. When I actually confessed my feelings to her on text, on the big gram, being Instagram, after I had been talking to her through a bit of texting and actual interaction, which I wish I could have spent more time with her beforehand and actually would have confessed to her in person that I liked her. But that's been all left in the past, and I guess I'll have to deal with it from now on, that I never did that. After I had confessed to her, I just began to talk to her a lot more than we used to, and I got to know her a lot more. We watched about like 2 movies during our 3 month talking stage, with really only one of the movies during our talking stage. I made a move to hold her hand, which was actually a kid's movie, but that night I fell asleep dreaming about that moment, and it felt ephemeral, like better than anything. And when that actually happened, I can't lie, I was sweating bullets over how I was gonna hold her hand. After 3 months of talking to each other, it was then, if I can remember clearly, I was texting her about how I wanted to become, an official couple. And she texted back pretty much saying yes, which made me feel over the world and very happy. But I still wanted to confess to her in person, and I gave her a gift asking if she would be mine, and she said yes. This being my first relationship romantically, I was very in my head. It was my first taste of an actual relationship with a girl, and my heart was floating all over the skies, daydreaming, thinking about all the dates and little moments we had together each time we had spent at each other's side. That's when I thought things were going great, better than ever, until she heavily brought the reality check news to me that would absolutely bring me back to the real world, that would bring me down horribly late in the night. She brought the news to me late in the night, telling me she wanted to break up after we had been together for a total of 4 months. Seeing this back then absolutely broke me down to the ground, making my very being wrenched from the inside and breaking me down to the very core, trying to fight off what I could. To be left with thinking, how am I gonna recover from this before... Okay, I'm gonna try to shorten this one a bit more because the relationship is a bit hard to describe. Continuing after my previous breakup, I still badly and desperately craved for that feeling of love. So I made the awful choice of rushing into another one only 2 days after my past one. In summary, I would say that the relationship was a long distance one, and it had ended only 6 months after being together. And in those 6 months, we had only been together in person once. So after the 6 months had ended, my mind had been so full at the time of this breakup, and it was something that was not surprising to me because after my last relationship had ended, it was something that I knew was soon to come. During that relationship, I still latched onto the feeling of love when, in all honesty and all truth, I wasn't really cut out for it at all from the start. I thought that this relationship could better me, but now as I can clearly see, it did not benefit me in the way I could have possibly thought, and that's where I was heavily wrong. Okie dokie, this will mark the end of the video I made. If you watched this far, huge thanks to those who have stayed around for the whole video and watched to the very end to hear me express just how I felt about these particular moments I shared in this video. Also hearing me express my thoughts and a bit of my experiences. Just wanted to share this to get it off my chest a bit and hopefully get a message out there. Before I end off the video and you click off, I just wanted to leave a note out for some out there that if you yearn a relationship just like how I did, I think one of the first things you should do is definitely work on yourself first. Become a person your partner would want you to be and be most comfortable with. And most of all, you should be patient for a relationship. Quick disclaimer to some out there who might not want to listen to this part, but if you do follow Jesus, you should build a true relationship with him before you get into an actual relationship, as you could really benefit if you start to put in the work as you walk with Christ. And he'll give you as he sees fit and when the time is most right. He'll reward you as he deems most fit. So I ask that you don't just trust in me, but him, as you're in the hands of Christ. Whether you love him or not right now, know that he is a patient God and he will gladly be waiting for you. At this point, I'm unsure if I'll make another video soon, but maybe I'll let you guys recommend me some things. With that said, this will be the very end of the video, and if you made it this far, thank you for watching.